Hello, everyone. We are doing our Citadel farming today. We've hit a little closer on our end game path. We still need incredibly expensive items, but we're in pretty good shape. I'm gonna jump into it right now and show you guys some of the new additions to the build. Obviously, we're rocking this. This is a great mid crossbow, like a mid range. There's about 70 divines to get the 7 projectiles and the physical damage. Optimal would be higher attack speed on it uh, and some flat lightning damage instead of the flat physical damage, uh, but we don't have that. There wasn't anything like that on the trader. This was in a class that, when searching, like there was a couple handfuls of bows that came up, so this is a good bow. Um, as for our build, we are rocking just about the same build as the fresh clip that was developed by the Dumbo YouTuber. It's an amazing build. I think it was very well uh, very well thought out and put together. Rocking the from nothing that he had in his video. Let's go down here and take a look. We're also using the large wheel here from the Metamorphosis. We got a decent Metamorphosis here. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too expensive. But the big change was that we got rid of the jewel that we had, and we got this here, the notable. And he was right about the dexterity intelligence, but they were very expensive, I think, when he was looking to pick it up. But this one was about 70 divines, so it wasn't too bad. The innovation that we have the same build as him. Essentially, it's very much the same, except for because we picked up this jewel, we dumped more into these nodes to get these notables, so we could get extra attributes, which has been very good for the build. And we picked this up. I saw a caster that was playing Gemling using that instead. We also picked this up. We were still able to keep the projectile damage, which is why we went the other way. But we came down this way. We were still at enough to get this here, so we didn't lose any of the projectile damage, but we picked this up. And we also took out what is it, cannibalism. We pulled cannibalism, and I was using precision for more accuracy rating, but we don't need the accuracy rating. And so instead we picked up Wind Dancer with no support in it, and it's just been really good with those nodes. We have, as you can see, we have 42% evasion and 6k mana. So the evasion on top of being able to use Grim Feast as well has just been super tanky. I know 75 cap is probably optimal, and we can get that when we upgrade the next time. We'll make sure we pick up evasion and energy shield on the boots and get a higher roll. The helmet and boots for that. And then we get another level, and we can grab this node here, Bestial Skin, and get another 100% from our chest piece. We're rocking this Grand Regalia, and so we'd get double evasion from that, and I think we can get it pretty high for endgame. We'll just need a level or two to be able to get the last few little tweaks, but I like the addition of evasion is so good, and it just makes our mana pool just go that much further, where we're evading a lot of shots and we don't have to be so careful. Like, it's super, this build is has been really tanky, so it's been a lot of fun, and we're gonna smash into it right now, do some end game mapping, and we're gonna listen to some music while we do it, and we're just gonna chill. I can make about average. I do about 20 divines a day, hunting citadel keys and running breaches and stuff, selling keys. Yeah, I think we can grab that as soon as that guy will let us grab it. That's no good. And we'll have to check that out. Yeah, I mean, just playing the game straight up with not like super trading or like trying to do anything ridiculous with the crafting. We're able to make 20 divines a day, which ain't bad. We're just straight up when you're just straight up playing the game. I just like to play the game, so we're not power gaming or anything with this. Although it feels pretty powerful, like crushing the end game. We're not really afraid of anything in here. Bosses even, they're not any trouble anymore. And we want to start doing like delirium breaches, but I'm saving up. We've already been doing rounds of I was doing it with my previous setup and my crossbow, so I know we can do it. I'm just doing this because it's easy and guaranteed. And we're not running the high the high rarity on our gear. We haven't really put together like a rarity set. I have a little bit of rarity on my gear, but those big breach farming they go a lot better and they're profitable if you're running rarity. Whereas this, I can pop waystone, my waystone setup, and you're guaranteed to get the money and the keys. It's not a risk or anything, you know, you're just guaranteed to get it if you can smash and get to the citadels. Which is cool. I think we'll check that. Well, we'll check it. I need to make some inventory room. Big time. Okay. What do we get? Nothing. Oh, 10% increased range? Wow. What is that all about? Really? Yeah, that's Garbo. It's interesting that it double, but I don't think range really matters on that stick. Because you're just, those builds are just obliterating everything on the screen anyway, so it's just like... Dudes. Okay, we'll do that. We will find a place to stick this. Yeah, there's just nowhere to go with any of this. Holy smokes. Let's see. We can get rid of this. I think we'll just sell that for like 5 divines and just put it there. Just put this up. real quick. I don't know what it's worth. Don't care. Yeah, that's it. And then we're going to go transmute our map here, and then we'll be on our way. Okay. That's what we'll do. I want to check that expert tiara, though. Accuracy ratings crap. Yeah, the evasion just gets a lot of work done that we previously couldn't. And if we get swarmed, we've got the ability for Wind Dancer to proc and push him off of us, which is really good where we're ranged. Because most of our problems are getting stunned and getting surrounded, so that was where a lot of our deaths and our issues were coming from. So it was like Breach and Delirium and maps with fast monsters that do a lot of damage, and Swarm, because we wanted to do big packs. So you know, we get surrounded and get popped if the stars align and they get the right mods. Like, we could get stunned and killed, but that just made it so much easier for us to avoid that and not really be so. We don't have to be so cautious in maps, which is really nice. You still have to be cautious on this game because you can just get one smashed, but with a lot of things, or you can get surrounded, like I said, and get stun locked and die. I think we're gonna go with yeah, we'll go with some rarity or some quantity, but we don't want to use our good quantity maps because we want to save those. This is a good one. We'll use that one. Just get a little bit of quantity on there and high waystone drop chance, and then we're gonna rock it. We're just trying to get fragment. These ones here will be like 240 exalts, and if our quantity procs, then we'll get double drops. You can get triple drops and stuff. Yeah, you can get triple fragment drops and stuff. We're also capped on attack speed, so this is what that looks like. You're not going to get it on Galvanic Shards because the cap is 30.3 attacks per second. So, so as you can see there, we had like, I think it was 12, but on this here, oh yeah, we're a little bit under from something. I can't tell what. We're very close. 30.3 is the attack speed cap. So, our dex is on. Yeah, so we're pretty close to it. We were at exactly 30.3 earlier. I'm not really sure what the what changed. I'm still wearing the same gear and everything, but 2941 is our attacks per second with Shockburst rounds. So you got to watch that one because that's the fast, and you can lose a lot of boss damage from being over that cap. So you want to be mindful of that, but arrow right there. Yeah, it's weird. When I checked it earlier, I was exactly 30.3, so I'm not sure what changed because I didn't change anything. Seems strange that it would just change like that, but I'm not sure what happened. But we can easily achieve it perfect 30.3 if we want. I just like where my stats are at right now. The extra lightning damage and stuff, it's where I want to be. It's optimal. So we're on the road to Astromantis. Nope, we don't want that. We don't want that scepter. It'd be way cooler if we weren't getting stuck on every thing. So like you can see those monsters are very fast. A lot of times issues would be getting stunned by a pack of those that just comes up. Especially if you have like an extra fast map or something, and you can get stun locked pretty easy on this game if you're not spec'd into it, but as everybody knows, if you're playing an Evasion build, Wind Dancer is really good for stopping all that, and so we were able to cram it in here, not give up too much. I'm not sure why dude was using cannibalism, although it is nice for certain things that can bypass and hit your health, but most of that stuff will just hit mana anyway, so we just need to keep our mana total up. The best way to do that so far is Wind Dancer's been working great. Sometimes this guy clubs me, so I know he wants to fight. He gets pretty swingy with his sword. He's pretty unpredictable when he swings with it, and I've had him very fast before, and he's just on me swinging. So we'll see how this goes. Let me put some DPS on him there. We just smash him with DPS. We're looking for Astromantis. So hopefully the RPG gods are going to bless us with that. We don't care about those things. We want to look at the siphoning one though. So we got double drop right there. So these fragments you can just sell at the currency trader for like 240 EX a piece. So, you know, it's damn near 2 divines right there just for hitting this. Yeah, the staff's terrible. That's got resist on it. Double fire resist. But it's got accuracy rating, so I'll probably just sell it just like that for like 10 EX or something. Let someone else craft on it if they want to. If they like the resist and want to try to make something out of it, they can. We might as well get completion on this. I don't think we need to travel to the other side because our other citadel is the other direction. But if I come back here, or if another citadel opens up nearby and stuff, I want to be able to travel past this. And also, these citadels have a high chance. I've many times, earlier today actually, got a div. And yesterday I got a div from killing this this boss on top of the fragments. So this instance, there's an orb of annulment. That's good. So like, yeah, just clearing these out because we already have rarity quantity on this map, and so just not wasting, hit all the rares in here. Clear all them out, get completion. I wish it would reveal. I'm pretty sure they're all down here. The burning ground. I guess we're gonna spend the whole time with doing this with no energy shield. Fun times. Can I have my loot, please? Thanks, guys. Give him the old crossbow splashies. Lightning Galvanic Shards. Getting some work done, okay. They revealed the rares we're looking for up here on the map. They're just ahead here. Okay. 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 So whatever he did ate all my energy shield. Whatever he was doing there. Okay. And it bugged. Because there's no more on the map. So it does that sometimes too. It'll just bug and you can't get a completion. Even though I totaled it. So I don't know what that is, but regeneration rate. Okay, nope. Critical hit chance and accuracy rating. I should save these, but I got a lot of them already. And I haven't really been crafting, so let's see, we'll put this ring up too. It was probably a waste. I probably could have done something with those, but yeah. I mean, I just found this on the ground, so we'll just do it for 5. Exalted. It has some resist, but it's not very interesting otherwise, so. And then we gotta make some room here. Alright, we'll just do that. So these are all the keys that we have, and if those are all around a divine apiece. Some of them are a divine and a half. The weathered, I think, or divine and a half. We got some of those. We got a couple audience with the king. Those are like 7.5 divines. So like hunting keys. Make some. You can make some divines that way. I've already spent a bunch of divines today. I spent like 10 divines suiting up one of my friends with some gear and to help him out. And this is going to be sold. This is good though. I don't want to sell this. So I think I'm going to get rid of that because it's Garbo. And then we're going to put this here. I just keep it for leveling tunes and stuff if I want. My wife is die-hard Diablo, so I'm trying to convince her to play this instead. She's thinking about picking up Diablo 4. Yep. That's a map with a lot of mods on it. Cool. So, let's see. No citadels over there. Okay, so this is the one we're going to go for next. It's probably a copper citadel, which is bad. That's the least valuable one. So, you want to find like a really fast way to get straight into these. So, I mean, we're not really close on any side. I want to say that we could probably... This might be the fastest way in, because we got double tower there that we can just smash. I mean, sure, we'll just do this. There, 295. Yeah, I didn't really want to use 3 exalts on that map, but I thought for sure we'd get the next high up of waystone percent chance sooner than that. I didn't think it would take 3 because it was already at 200. That just ensures the monsters are going to be nice and strong. Lots of modifiers on them. Probably grab that tier 13 if we're going to be running into those towers. Just oh, that's why. Maybe because we had temporal chains on us. Is that it? I want to check and see. Maybe we have some kind of debuff on us. Nope. It's no good. Nope. We'll just go over here and finish up, and then we'll get the center. Yeah, it feels really good and easy, and now the defenses are in order. I think we can get them quite a bit higher. We're not optimized for evasion. I just popped that today. Yeah, there. Now we've got a couple of tier 13 maps, or waystones that we're going to use for these towers, I think, just to smash through them quickly and then get over to the Citadel. We'll just do that. What's with the burning ground? Burning ground is everywhere. I just plan on doing the entire thing with no energy shield. I'm sure we could survive that junk, but I just hate it. I just don't want to. I want the burning ground to eat up all my energy shield. I don't want their on-death effects to do it. That'd be too easy. I'm going to make the burning ground do all the work. I'm going to save my energy shield for the burning ground to deplete it. Yeah, we can see it is a copper citadel. You can tell by the... Just do that. We don't care about that. Let's see, rawhide belt. Yeah, we've seen that before. Yeah, we don't care about that belt. Nobody cares about that belt. Another bluff. Okay. Okay, let's do it. throwing smoke at me, boy. Just throwing smoke. I want that gold. Because Alva's going to give me my Astramentus. The road to Astramentus. I'm probably close to like 50 divines, and I need like another 220. It's going to take a while, I think. Unless we get really lucky. I saw someone the other day posting in Global that they had one drop on the ground. I was like, what? Like they actually, and he said it was in. What's amazing about it is that, well, I know it drops, but like it dropped in just a tier 15 garbage map. He said he wasn't even doing anything. It was just like a travel map. He wasn't even, or Waystone. Like he wasn't even trying. Alright, now we need to find a way in there. We'll do Mine Shaft here, I guess. We'll just keep traveling in that way. Let's do this. Just as is. We're not going to use any exalts on it. It's already +1 level. Level 80. This build's just a lot of fun. Feels really smooth when you're mapping. And it does really good boss damage. The single target's really good on it, so when you're mapping it feels really good because you just Galvanic Shards everything to death. So essentially when you're mapping it's like a one button. You can too, we have Voltaic Mark. If you want a little extra damage when you're mapping, you can just combo it like that. Just 1, 2. You can curse and shoot, and it puts a higher magnitude of shock on them. So, Galvanic Shards hits much harder when you do that. And when the target dies, they explode with a lightning AoE. So, just put some extra DPS on them. It just obliterates them anyway, but yeah, that'll kill stronger things. It'll work against rares as well. I just haven't needed it because the rares just die like that. They just explode. So like, but there are some rares that have some mods. Might be a little more resilient. We didn't take damage there. We got an endurance shrine. So it increased our maximum health, but it doesn't really matter because we're mind over matter, so. Okay. And then we got to cluster these rares back this way. Do they really want me to go all the way around for them? We were just there. Hopefully we can cut through. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna have to go all the way around. That's rough. Oh, we got a checkpoint right here. What am I thinking? So we can do this and this. You can smoke both of those dudes at once. Let them explode into fire. And that's that. We'll check this withered wand. Gimme. Gimme. Is it any good? No. No. No, that's no good. So yeah, for you guys who tuned in, we took the fresh clip build that was by the YouTuber Dumbo, and we innovated and added this. We went around the other way. There's another popular YouTuber who was using this on a caster build. He went this way with his Gemling instead of the other way, and grabbed this, and so I stole that little piece from him. This is mostly the fresh clip build. We anointed insightfulness on our amulet, but it's mind over matter. We've got from nothing here, Whispers of Doom. That was about 30 divine for that jewel. This one was 15. The control metamorphosis with that with those stats, this was about 15, and then this was 70. Our gear was, this was 70. This Grand Regalia was 20. 75 Ingenuity was 20. 4% attack speed with 1 to 10 lightning, which is my threshold. I won't take less than 1 to 10 lightning damage on HOWAs. Was 20 in the ballpark. It's like 18, 17 or 18. This ring was 15 divine here. This ring was about 4 or 5 divine, maybe 6. But this ring was 15. My amulet was pretty cheap. I can't remember what I got it for, but it was pretty dirt cheap to hold the place for Astromentis. If you're wondering why there's no resist on it, it's because we're planning to get Astromentis, so. And a clean one, and then Acolyte Insightfulness onto it for the increased intelligence. So this bow was has some penetrate elemental. It probably should have 2 of those on there, and I should optimize and go for a little more dex for attack speed to compensate. Should have 30% penetrate elemental, and that's for boss damage. But we do quite a bit of damage. We haven't really had an issue yet, but that's the build. So you're talking what, 70 and 30, and then 15 and 70 again. So that's 185 plus all the other stuff. It's probably like close to 250 or so. So we're about 250 divines into this build. The bow is nothing. I made it. This was a divine. That's for my, I use lightning collar arrow to shock when I'm fighting bosses. Steaming Springs. Let's try this. Alright, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll smash this out, and we'll continue on to the Citadel. So I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Smoke them if you got them. Okay, there we go. I had to get my coffee topped off there. Get my drink going. Then we're going to get this next Citadel. Yeah, it really came together. The build really came together. I picked up that second ring that was like 15 divines today. I need another one just like it. I actually might check the trader right now just to be sure. Another one hasn't popped up. And again, this is like a small class of rings that fit this criteria. It usually comes up with about 10 results. That's worldwide on the trader, so it's pretty rare to get this combo in a breach ring, but we'll see. Maybe we can get lucky. Snipe one off of the trader. We want one that's that's just like the other one that we have, but has more increased lightning damage and has about the same flat lightning damage. So we're looking for one like this. So optimal, you would just attribute stack and you wouldn't even bother with the all to resist, because you switch to attributes and all resist. But that Grand Regalia is like 140 divines, I think. So we're using this one, and then we'll let our ingenuity do some heavy lifting on our resists, so that we can, and then we got damage mods on everything else. So yeah. Yeah, so the Wind Dancer procced right there when we stood there and didn't move. It just makes things so much easier. It would just, yeah, she was just facing us with that stuff. So yeah, we'll take the 7. 7 bosses is good. But we already have a lot of those stones too. That's why normally I go in with the plasma pulse, because it has a stun, and it's Kingdom 12 that developed that for this build, and I kept it as a utility. Usually when I'm mapping, I'll use that because it has a stun aspect to it, and you don't get that issue where sometimes the bosses can stun lock, like try to stun you. You don't let me have my breach tablet? No? Okay. Guess I don't get to keep my breach tablet. Pardon me. don't care about that staff we accidentally picked up. I mean, we just ate the barrier on death effect, and so, I mean, no issues. I think we evaded it, but even if not, we can tank it. We can tank that hit. Incredibly strong build, feels really good. And you can do it on a budget. This build you can do on a total budget. I'm at base 100 spirit reserved for this, which is amazing. To get that much evasion and mana pool and not have to do a bunch of stuff for it. And we still have Grim Feast, so very strong. Feels really good. Make sure you use the mana on kill. There, that's this. Alright, we want to put that in somewhere, but I don't know, we're getting low on space. I guess I'm gonna have to get rid of another unique I was holding on to that I'm never gonna do anything with. I mean that's Garbo, so let's do that. Do this. Specifically put this here so that I can do this and then move this. And I think we'll dump some of these maps too. Here, these waystones. Yeah, we'll get rid of all those regular ones and we'll just do that. Do that. Yeah, we're getting there. I guess we're gonna do Mine Shaft now. There we go. Yeah, so this build can be done on a budget. Like you can reach most of the nodes without the expensive jewels that I had it as well and still reach pretty high mana. But you're gonna need that stuff to get to the ridiculous like 6k mana mark, which is where you want to be towards endgame for pinnacle bosses and stuff. That's so that we have like 9k effective HP is where we're at there. Right in the ballpark of that. We can get much stronger from here too. Like this is endgame start gear. So there's another tier of upgrades that'll have to be done after this. Probably a full suit. And once you get the regalia with the resist and attributes, then you don't need attributes on your rings. You get the regalia with resist and attributes, and you don't need resists on your rings. So then you can stack another attribute in there. So like you're looking for like all attributes, dex and intelligence, I think is correct. Would be optimal, I mean, but that's going to be a hard ring to find. I think that's not high end. I see people post in attribute rings like that, like 50 divines. So then that's what you would do. Or strength. You don't have to go at all attributes, I think. You'd be very high already. You'd get a higher roll on the strength for your jack of all trades damage. But, I don't know, maybe. Because you don't need the dex at that point. You'll already be attack speed capped. So it's mostly just getting more mana and more damage. Once your attack speed capped, you know, the dex isn't. So it might be like intelligence, strength, and then all attributes is what you want. But we'll have to see. I'll have to do maths. And it depends on what's available too, because those are very rare and very expensive, so. But that's what we'll shoot for, I think. You get to a certain point, you don't need as much dex once you're at cap. It doesn't really add any more damage, and it doesn't help you, so. Mostly then it's stacking attributes, the other attributes. Okay. That's in there with a bunch of burning shit. Alright. Sorry, I tend to leave my map open. That's not fun. When I'm navigating. It's covering up everything. Just pressing buttons and looking at my layout to see where the next monster is. Alright, well, hopefully they're gonna let us get in there. Not make us do too much fucking around here. Nope, they're gonna make us do stuff. We're gonna have to go all the way around to get to the unique boss. It's a chick with a flamethrower. Like I haven't seen that before. Try again. No, I'm kidding. It's actually pretty cool. And she's got the bio suit, like the mech suit or whatever, and flamethrower. Or she's got she's got like a first movie Mark 1 Iron Man suit here. Yeah, so that's why I use I still keep that slotted. I don't even have any stun build-up stuff or anything spec'd for it. It just stuns because it just does so much damage, and it's really safe. So I don't really care so much about the safe, but it's just more fun than getting pelted with little things, and that just don't even give them a chance, I guess. And also, like if I'm running friends through, I have a couple of buddies I play with, and they have 11 tunes. Then you can just stun them, and you don't have to worry about your pal getting barbecued, you know? It's kind of nice to have that option if you want. Or some of the bosses are very mobile, like the hyena in Savannah. He's very mobile, like when you engage him, so being able to stun him and just kill him so he's not running around and calling arrows down and stuff is nice. It gets kind of annoying when the other hyenas are like shooting arrows down on you and you're running and trying not to get hit by his special. So like, yeah, I think there's certain fights where it's correct to just stun them with that, and it feels better. Even though the shock magnitude's not as high. So we'll use like one of these. We're not gonna use our really good quantity maps on this because this is the cheapest of the keys. But it is nice if we get a double drop because we're gonna get about 400 exalts out of it, which will translate to like around 1.5 divs or so. A little shy of 1.5 divs. is this? Dextrol out. Okay. I've died here before on that. That tornado sucks. Not since my recent setup, but I have died on those before. Because if you take the ritual and it's on like a bridge and there's no room to run and you just have to eat the tornado, then it fucks you up. Like it breaks your armor, it does a lot of damage, and then it just does damage over time as well. So there's just no way to... Like you can roll through it once, but if you get stuck on monsters and you're on a bridge and then the tornado's on top of you and you get stunned and then your armor breaks and then they just kill you. And it doesn't matter how much health you get when they stun you like that, and they always hit. Some of the monsters can be nasty on those rituals like that too, so. There's no unique, but we want to look for the rituals because we want to... That would be great if we got a key here too on top of it. It'd be very profitable. Like if we get the 2 fragments, even if we get one of the fragments and we get like an audience with the king, or we get like a omen of whittling, would be nice. Like 10 divines. So all right, so we're gonna be confined here, so hopefully we get 2 rituals remaining. That's awesome. Let's see. Maybe we get lucky and we get a key. A key or a good omen. Or we could just get shit like we always do. Let's see. That's not too bad. No, we got nothing. But we can re-roll it. Let's see. Okay, we don't care about that omen. What do we get here? That's a good one. We'll take another one of those. Yeah, omen of resurgence. So that was kind of worth it. Those are handy. I don't think we're going to do the omen. Or do it again, because we already took what we wanted from it. There's no point. And we've already re-rolled it, so there's no chance of getting... So there's no point in risking it with the tornado in a narrow area. That one was in a very narrow area too, so... Yeah, it's just not going to be good. No point finishing it. That one's done. Really? I mean, I'm hitting him and he's still gaining energy shield. Okay. Just destroy him. We're not goofing around with this dude. So we didn't get a key from the rituals, but we did get a double key drop here, so that was good. You know, it's 400 exalts right there for that, and you don't need any rarity to get it either. I'm rocking like 30 rarity on this character, so that's why. I don't like rarity on any games. I think it's stupid. So I know that it's part of the game, and so people think that like that it's cool. I guess you get more treasure from rarity, but you have to get a second set of gear that is off from optimal. So you're giving up slots like less damage or less health or whatever you're doing to get more rarity on your gear. And I know that's part of the game, but it's like what's more fun is playing optimal gear. So if you can find a way to make treasure finding challenging without making someone farm up 2 sets of gear, one for rarity and one for optimization, then I think that's the better route. But it seemed like Diablo did it, and you know, obviously Path of Exile is doing it now. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of one of these. I think it'll be this one. I think I'll do this and make some room maybe for these, but I think I'll just do that and then put these two here. Boom, boom. But yeah, that's just my take on it. But I get it, it's part of the game, but also it's kind of stupid. Because like you have to wear non-optimal gear and it's not fun. Like to me, it's not fun. I think I'll just put this here. I'll just put it there in the corner. Got a couple more rare tier 15s. What's this? Pack size. Cooldown recovery rate. Which doesn't bother us, but I also don't care about it. I'll just chuck it in there. Okay. So this thing, it's got to go somewhere now. I think I'm going to get rid of this. This has just been sitting here. Yeah, that doesn't matter. And I'll just put this one over here. This is the low all resist one anyway. I'm sure a lot of those uniques are going to change in rarity and being sought after when the new content comes out. Probably surprise you what's good, or they'll add some new stuff maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yep. Okay, we'll fill up our scroll of wisdom there, and then I think that's about it. Those are all the citadels that we had in range. Let's take, yeah. Thanks, guys. I didn't want to go back in the map that's already smoked. I want to go to my map device. Thanks. Alright, so did that unlock anything? No. Let me take a peek and see if we have more citadels in range. I don't think we do. I think we cleared them all. Yeah, we did. I think we, well, there's one here, but it's a little ways in there. I was hoping like maybe a pile of them came up. There's one back there, so there's 2, 3. And so normally I'll swap, like I'll just gauge it to see if there's enough citadels in range that I can just work on those, and if not, then I'll find a cluster of towers or something. Okay, I'll take that for 4 divine. Cool. Yeah, I made this thing. Cool. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, that's a high energy shield roll, and it's try resist on there too. Enjoy that. There you go. Yeah, they were all ready with it. And put it on their head. Yeah. 4 divines, cool. So we did 2 citadels. We made roughly 3 divines or so, maybe 4 in the ballpark of that, but we just made 4 divines off a headpiece that we made. So it's 8 divines for the hour or so that that we've been in. So that got me pumped. That's good. I'm glad that sold. We could use that. That's a nice chunk of currency. So we had 3 that we found. I don't think that's really enough to... I wonder if we could get up there. We'd probably have to take this path, and it looks like it's cut off there. So you'd have to get in over here and then take these towers northwest. I'm not feeling that too much. That's going to be a lot of goofing around to try to fucking get in there and go up that way. I don't want to do that right now. Normally I just grind it, but I got a feeling lately, like, my the paths have been really blocked, so I wonder if that's like a stone citadel. Would be cool. But yeah, there's a couple there. See, there's a big lake there, and I'm gonna have to circumvent. And I'm thinking it might be over here, but I could also hit more lake or a mountain and not be able to get over there. Like, that's gonna take a lot of time to circumvent this and get around. And there's a moment of zen there, so typically those are kind of hard to work around, even though he has terrible uniques. It's very, when he's there, like, it means that you're gonna have a long journey around the lake. So I don't know if we want to do those 2 right now. That's gonna be a lot of time. Then maybe we do like rituals. So that's how I would normally do it. I would see what I could do as far as citadels, and then if not, set up some towers with quantity and rarity, and do breach ritual is what I've been doing a lot of. And you can delirium the map too. I think is the most profitable way to do that, because you're doing all the breach and then you do the ritual and you get a chance for a key, which improves your profit per hour like by a lot if you get a key. So then you're just hitting them while you're doing the breaches, like the souped up breaches with quantity. And so that's the plan. I don't think I'm going to dig into that tight. That's pretty much all the time that I have. But thank you for checking out our Comicsgate Arcade Path of Exile 2 Early Access. We're going to be launching our campaign for issue 2 Hayward Saints 8 soon. We're working on the covers and our campaign. I'm going to work with my video guy on... I'm going to work with my video guy soon. He's ready to go, and we'll get the art package together and some music. And then we're going to do our campaign video. It's going to be on Indiegogo, and we'd like to do it in the next month or 2. Launch it. The first book went off without a hitch, and so we didn't have any complaints on that, and we worked very hard on it, and we're looking to fulfill the demand from fans for something better, and so that's what our plan is, because I'm a fan and I want better as well. And so I'm pretty strict about what we're looking for art and our expression and for story. Hayward Saints 8 is a metaphor for the timeless, eternal battle within all of us. It's classic good and evil, and it uses divinity as that metaphor to show the conflict within mankind. And so there were a lot of nice surprises when I wrote the Origin Arc series. The first 4 issues are finished, and a lot of the things that were in these comics strangely and ironically came true, and so you'll get to see those revealed as we roll out all of these issues in the Origin series. But it was quite profound to me to notice that. Probably just a coincidence, although I based it on my own expression of that conflict in society, and so I just didn't think it would be so on the nose. But like, I just wrote things that interest me and things that I think would be realistic in a society as far as the conflicts. Only it's not like realistic because they're fantasy heroes, and it's a fantasy story, fantasy sci-fi. But either way, you're getting something that's more than just a comic book. We're giving you a story that you will cherish and you'll love to read. It's fun. The characters are fun. It's a character-driven story at a breakneck pacing, and so our pacing is action-packed. And I'm telling the story that I want to tell. So um, we're not going to bog you down with long, drawn-out stories. It's a 4-issue origin arc, but it's each story is contained and self-contained, and um, just every page is going to be something either interesting or leading into some action. And so I think we're doing it right on that. We're trying to be entertaining, and I think we succeeded beautifully with the first book, and the second book is shaping up to be even better. Maybe it's just because it's new and it's exciting, but I'm very excited about this release. Re-released in 2024 with collectively the most experienced book team on planet Earth. That's including large publishers, Marvel and DC. We had an all-star cast of talent with us, and I worked very hard to get the opportunity to work with these people that I have, and it's coming together great. So hopefully we'll be able to get to the podcasting soon. It's not on the schedule. We've just been doing these gaming videos for now. And I'm very interested in gaming as well, and I have some guys that work in independent gaming, so that we've talked with, and so that's the end game. We'd like to get there doing media, and so that's very exciting as well. It's more of just the same. It's not anything other than filling a demand. I want better in entertainment, and I'll do it myself if I have to. It seems like I have to, so we're gonna do this. Give you guys something awesome and give you an alternative to turn to when entertainment has shown that they, in a lot of cases, entertainment doesn't care, and that you take what you get, and it's contrived and there's not a lot of inspiration behind it, but we've got a lot of passion, and we love storytelling. Our guys are well-known storytellers and talents, and so yeah, so I appreciate you guys, and thanks for tuning in to check out the video. It was fun smashing away stones with you dudes, and so yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. We're Citadel hunting for divines, and we're on our road to Astra Mentis. That's probably the next item that we want to pick up, which is the best amulet in the game. So I think it's like 270 divines. So just to give you an idea, like what we did right there, we sold a headpiece worth 4, and we just got 4 keys. Essentially, it was like 8 divines, so we need 270 total. We've got about 50 now in keys. If I liquidate all those and buy divines with the exalts I get from them, so we'll need like 220 divines to pay off to get a clean amulet. We want a clean one. We could probably get a corrupted one cheaper, but we want a clean one so we can anoint it with what's it called? Yeah, what we have on our amulet, right there, insightfulness. So we want to put insightfulness on Astramentis on a clean amulet, and that's going to be 270 for the clean amulet to do that. Or if we get one to drop, or if we gamble, we're going to do some Alva too. We're going to do some Alva gambling once we have a big chunk of gold. We're building back up from our last, I think I did 30 million last time and didn't get it, so we're at 8.2 million right now gold. So we're going to spend all that trying to get the amulet. We don't really care about maybe save 1 million gold in case we want to do some so that we have a nice cushion to do some playing around with our skills here if we want to, if we level up, or if we get a different upgrade and we want to play around with it. We want to have some gold so that we can spec out and spec back into something to optimize. So we'll just save 1,000,000 gold or so for that, but otherwise all the gold's going to trying to pick up that amulet. Or maybe it'll drop. Maybe we'll get lucky and it drop. If it drops, we'll do a video and I'll show the amulet and we'll show the new power. It'll be a huge increase. Like our stats are already very high. You can see 700 intelligence. Like we could probably have a lot more attributes and stuff, but like that's a lot of lightning damage, and with pure power, like it's a ton of damage. We mostly just wanted to show off the new because we got the Against the Darkness unique jewel, so we got a huge power increase there. And then so we wanted to show that and also show how the build works and our innovation to fit Evasion into the build and Wind Dancer. So I think that was huge to like preserve our mana pool. Excuse me. So yeah, so like the mana pool's big, but when you get surrounded, that can go pretty fast, especially when you're stun locked or something. So Wind Dancer just not only, as you know, like it's very good, like and have Grim Feast. So we got our energy shield as well that we're getting when we're mapping, but Wind Dancer's big to be able to get that extra evasion, 42% evasion, and it has like a knockback when Gale Force triggers. So when you get hit, knock enemies back on hit. So I'm being hit by melee attack, consume all stages to trigger Gale Force. Yeah, so it just kind of buys you a get out of stun free card, which is really nice, and it feels like you don't have to be as careful. Kind of gives you a reset there. If they surround you, it pushes them back and gives you a chance to kill them before they can stun you. Because getting ambushed like that, that's how it happens. Like the fast monsters they'll just pounce, and then you get stunned, and then you're stun locked, and you can't do anything. Then you gotta exit. Yeah. But it's kind of solved that problem and made the clearing really good. And what I would do, I've tried like presence, and I've tried just a lot of different things to swap out for bossing. But we want to keep Herald of Thunder up because we get so much extra damage from it. So we don't want to turn that off for anything else. This is the best thing that we can have on. Just leave it on all the time. Even if we're not getting, it doesn't trigger on a boss because nothing's dying, but we get damage just from having it active. But shut off like Grim Feast for 30 and take Alchemist Boon, I think. So I have this in place here, and that feels like it would be really good, especially if you have allies. But the big thing is get flask charges per second, because it takes a lot of mana flask activations. If you get beat down, like, and your mana's low, it won't fill your mana. You have to hit it like 2 or 3 times, and your regen has to kick in. So this is nice, like when you recover, to like get you some extra charges if you end up in like a longer boss fight. We're starting to do enough damage now, so that might not be an issue, but it has been before. I got my current setup, and I think it'll probably happen again if you have like a long battle. It's just nice for longevity, or maybe if you're leveling a dude, or you have dudes with you, like being able to give recovery to everybody is pretty nice. So, and you'll get the extra flask charges back, but it's cool to like be able to share mana and health with people if you're leveling or you're running in a group. So I like this skill just as a little utility tool. But otherwise, like, the build's just pretty good just the way it is. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to swap skills. I just have those there in case I want to. But yeah, I mean, the damage is getting up there, especially if we get an Instrumentus and we're looking for like a perfect corruption 4% 1 to 12 lightning damage HOWAs. Those are like 140 divines. We could probably get a higher ingenuity, closer to perfect, or maybe even like a corrupted over would be very expensive. I really like this one with the extra intelligence though on it, because intelligence is just always just gravy. Like, there's no cap on that it's just going to give us mana and damage all day long. So skyrocketing intelligence is like the way to go with this build for lightning damage and mana. It gives us mana, which we're using for our health pool, and it gives us damage like from multiple sources, because it gives us lightning damage from the gloves, and then with pure power, so we get that lightning damage with intelligence. And then let's see, let me go over with pure power. If you're not familiar with it, you get 2% flat damage per 10 intelligence right here. So like intelligence is amazing on this build. You just keep going with that. That's why we went that way, because you get damage from 2 sources that way, so you're stacking up a lot more damage than you could from any other source. Ultimately, like getting Astramantis would be the biggest upgrade because of Jack of all trades, and because of the 80 intelligence or whatever, and it'll take so much pressure off of us with the dexterity that I don't think we'll have to have any nodes to hit the break point of 400. So as you can see, we've got some dex here, and we've got some strength here so that we can equip our crossbow, because we're a few strength points shy, and some dex here. But when we get Astramantis, all of these will be intelligence. So it'll give us not only a big boost in mana and all attributes, but it'll also give us even more, because we can spec out of all these and just go 100% intelligence on every single node, just like these, and just go. So Astramantis is the biggest upgrade that we can get right now. So we're just going to save. There's a lot of other items like I listed that we could probably use for this build, but like I'm just going to save for the amulet, just because that's going to be the biggest thing, the most expensive, and then it'll make us very strong. And I think after that we will go into what is it? We'll start doing the breaches, but we'll do delirium. We'll buy diluted distilled emotions, and then we'll do delirium, breach, ritual farming, because I think we'll have enough power at that point that we'll be unkillable in those. We're essentially unkillable now with this in tier 15 plus, but you know, to be able to do that efficiently and quickly with no hiccups very fast and make it profitable, I think it should have a little more power, but it's just me. Like, I want to chill and play games too. I don't want it to be like stressful, because I think those maps can get pretty hectic, and you can still get surround, and Wind Dancer is good, but there is a chance with that many monsters that you can still get so overwhelmed, and so I just want to be completely overpowered. So that's the plan. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been another edition of Comicsgate Arcade, Path of Exile 2 Early Access, and so tune in for those for the newer videos, and then also we're going to be doing some podcasting talking about comic books closer to the campaign, so watch for that, and we appreciate you guys, and keep shooting.